Wow, I don't know what I missed or what you all thought you saw, but this movie was genuine ass. Oh, the MCU's back! No, it's not. It's not at all. First, let's start with Sentry. How are you gonna give us a character like this and only show a small fraction of what he's capable of? We're overhyping the hell out of this guy, right? So why not? Second, Val. I absolutely hated this character. You see, what really makes me mad about this character? I'm bullshitting. Erase that comment. I'm not serious. I genuinely like this film. Ceasefire. This film was actually good. In all seriousness, I actually thoroughly did enjoy this film. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. This movie made me realize that this version of the Avengers, quote unquote, are an actual family. Or at least it felt that way. They've all been through the same shit. They know how it goes. And them being able to bond over that, or trauma dump, or trauma bond, actually made sense. That also leading into the mental health aspect and them elaborating on that in more ways than one. That mainly being the underlying factor in this film. And that being shown through Bob, aka Sentry, aka Sentry Void. Yelena, the main character in this film, does a fantastic job of relaying how she feels and the issues she's gone through in her past leading up to now. The acting, the emotion, the groundness, all of it just comes together so well, and her character does it perfectly. Look, call me crazy, Oscar-winning performance right there. I may sound insane, but I'm standing on that. As for the other characters like Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, Walker, all of them had their moments. And each one of them playing off one another with quips that were actually hilarious. Not that cheesy Marvel shit that we see all the time, this was actually kind of like a sitcom. And as for Taskmaster, oh, they did her so dirty. As for Bob's character being Sentry, I think the way they went about doing his character for the very first introduction of Sentry into the MCU was pretty good. Him coming to terms with the things that happened in his past and the present and how he's trying to navigate the world as Sentry. And then getting different tidbits on his past and how he reacts with his mental health related to Sentry Void was a nice touch. And Sentry Void's look, pretty damn terrifying. The two light dots in his eyes and everything else just black. That's kind of terrifying. And Val, oh, this is easily my most hated character in this film. The fact that she kept getting away with everything, trying to coerce Sentry into doing literally anything, is beyond me. She has way too much confidence. When she was pinned up against that wall by Sentry, almost about to get her head knocked off, I was hoping, praying that it actually happened. But sadly, it didn't, because the kill switch was hit. And then for her to do what she did at the very end of the film, oh my gosh. This woman, of all the characters that exist in the MCU, she has to be the one that pisses me off the most. Or at least top 3. Now, while the film in the grand scheme of things, like 90% of the time was really good, there's that 10% that I truly didn't understand. One being where Yelena and Bob are inside Sentry Void, and everyone else kind of just joins them. Reason I say that is because Yelena went through different aspects of her childhood to get to this point, basically trying to test her. Same thing could be said about Walker, as he had a little glimpse of it in the bunker towards the beginning of the film. But we don't see anything on that to justify all that happening leading up to that point. I understand Bucky, we've already gone through that, I know how that plays out, so on and so forth. But everyone else, they kind of just showed up out of pure convenience. I also wasn't okay with the fact that Sentry Void's power was barely even used. I understand it's the first installment, I get it. But I feel like with the shadows, that should have been like an insane thing, like a point of no return. But everyone kind of just came back in the end. Really, it was like nothing ever happened to begin with. And me personally, I would have liked to see a little bit more from Sentry, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Also, completely unrelated, what does Spider-Man even do at this point? You watch New York get destroyed and Daredevil born again, and now you're watching Sentry do all this. Granted, you couldn't do very much against Sentry, for being honest, but you know, the fact is, you could have just been there. But no, due to legal rights, I can't leave my apartment. Anyways, jokes aside, really good. Loved the character development, loved the chemistry between all these different actors and actresses, loved the grounding of this film, the pacing, so on and so forth, the music, it was just good. It was good. I'm not going to sit here and say it was great, but it was good for its own standalone film, especially introducing other characters and making them into a team. And that post-credit scene, yeah, that's going to have to be a video in itself, but that answers a lot of questions and gives us some more questions for what's going to happen in a future film, quote unquote, hint hint. But you know what? I'm liking it. I'm liking the new looks and I'm liking where this is going. So if you haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, I highly recommend you do.